Morning everybody. Sorry it's been so long since my last video. A lot of changes here. I might talk more about it later. Not at the moment though, sorry. Basil is here, munching on his breakfast, aren't you, Munster? Are you enjoying your breakfast? Yum yum. It's a bit chilly this morning, isn't it? I think you'd better have your little rug on for a while. And Tommy's here. He says, don't forget to put me on the camera, Mum, please. Looking as handsome as ever. Are you looking as handsome as ever? Little pink nose, little pink nose. So, as always, Tommy's already finished his breakfast, haven't you? So we better get Basil's rug on and then we'll be ready, won't we? Yeah? Yeah? I'll give everybody a bit more update later. Yeah? It's pretty foggy out here this morning. I can't see much of the field, but there's little Tom Tom munching away. Oh, I'm glad I decided to video him first because he's going off down the field. There he goes. Oh. And Basil's going to... No, he's just swapping posts. So he's just got his thin rug on, and I'll take it off in a little while. But it's quite cold. It's actually warmer this morning than it was yesterday. He nearly needs his thin rug on at night really, but it's quite warm when I tuck them up for the night at the moment still, so it's that tricky time when you don't know whether to put it on or not. But he's still got quite a lot of extra meat on him at the moment, so I think he's warm enough really. Tommy and Basil have always been very good friends, so they are pottering about together, but they are both much more independent, which is quite nice. So sometimes they'll be together and sometimes they'll be off separately. And that's quite nice because it means I can bring Basil in and ride him, and Tommy's perfectly happy. Although he usually comes up for a polo because he thinks that's a good plan. I've been doing lots of jobs over the last 8 weeks or so, so probably mostly since my last video. So I'll update you a bit on those sort of as we go through today, because it's a bit murky at the moment to be showing you what we've been doing. My steaming machine has broken at the moment, so we're trying to get it mended. So I'm back to soaking hay, which, as you know, is not my favourite thing, but there we are. I've had a couple of little incidents with Basil. He cut his leg about 4 weeks ago. No, not that long ago. That's totally wrong. It was probably nearer 3. Anyway, it was when it was really wet, and they just, something slightly upset them, and they just ran up and down and up and down, and he obviously kicked one of his back legs with the other back leg, or the shoe probably on the other back leg, and made a bit of a mess. But it was a Sunday, and it obviously bled quite a bit when he was running around, but I guess because he was running around it made the blood pump faster, so more blood came out, because it wasn't somewhere you'd expect to bleed very much, to be honest. Anyway, it looked like he'd taken quite a big chunk of skin off, but it's all scabbed over absolutely fine. I decided not to get to the vet because I didn't think they could do much more than I could do. It was very clean, and I didn't think he needed any drugs. Obviously, if I'd come down on Monday morning and it had been hugely swollen and he'd been lame, I would have done. But the next morning he was absolutely fine, and it's hardly swelled up at all. So that was the first thing. And then earlier this week, I lunged him, and while I was lunging him, you know how he always rolls when I first take him out there, and I always let him because it's nice for the sand, especially in the, well, all year round really, but nice in the summer because it's a bit gritty on his coat. and I'm not sure if he got a bit of sand in one of his eyes, but as I was lunging him I suddenly decided his eye was a bit closed. Anyway, put cold tea on it 4 or 5 times over the next couple of days. It looked a lot better the next morning, and later on that same day it was fine. So as I say, I think he just got a little bit of sand in it. He does get a bit violent with his rolling dartles, but Tommy, touch wood, let's touch wood now, hasn't caused any incidences. Although he did try to bite my ear a few weeks ago. He's still testing the boundaries every now and again. He's still a bit mousy, a bit like a youngster, which so I'm still having to stop that without being too. It's getting that balance right, so he knows it's wrong, but not frightening him, because he does still jump. Although he is, you know, he's hugely better. Been here 3 years now, and it's amazing, really. But I say that, and in a couple more weeks I'll have had Basil 11 years, so that's amazing as well. Anyway, I'm going to get on. So today is Big Muck Out Day, but the other thing I'm going to do today is get Basil's mats out, get his rubber mats out, jet wash them all, jet wash in the stable, disinfect the stable, and get it all nice and clean. I've done all the cobwebs in here and Tommy's stable and the tack room already, but I haven't got the birds' nests out yet, as you can see. I'm going to do that when I jet wash Tommy's stable, which is in the plan for next weekend, to do his stable. So hopefully we'll have another dry day next weekend. This weekend is supposed to be nice, so fingers crossed that it will be, and I can get a few more jobs done. So I'm going to get on with the mucking out, I think. Plan is to hack Basil out later. So I will see you in a little while. Okay, so Tommy's stable is all done. I'm ready for him to come in tonight, and I've done his hay net and everything. Basil's, I've also got the wet out in the middle now, so I'm going to go around the walls, obviously putting it into the middle and tidying up. Then I'll have to pile it all in a corner, and I think I usually do it in that corner on that mat because it's never wet in that corner. Just a tiny little bit, which we can lift a tiny corner of the mat. And then I get all the rest of the mats out. I can't quite remember how I do it. Maybe I don't pile it on a mat and I put it in the corner on the concrete and then move it in the mat. I can't remember. Anyway, we'll see how we get on in a minute. The hay nets are out from their half-hour soak now, and we have some friends. The fog's lifted a bit, so the sun's coming out now. So the camera may not work very well. There's Tom Tom. With a crow. And Basil's come up for a bit of a wind suck, as he does. I'm allowing them up under this section now. The reason they weren't, I fenced off this section of the field, mostly was because Chesney used to run up and down when I was on my ride, as you can see from the track, and I didn't want him to do that by the posts and undermine the posts, and then the fence will fall down. So I kept him away, but obviously it's not a problem now, so they can come up, and they're often standing under the tree. Obviously you've probably guessed I swapped them round, so they're in at night again now, but when that was 2 weeks ago, which I was really glad of because it suddenly got very cold at night. But when I came in the morning, Basil and sometimes Tommy as well were standing under the tree waiting for me, so they do like this big tree. It's a hornbeam tree. Anyway, better get back to the mucking out, or the clearing of the stable. There we go. So I've taken those, moved all the shavings over there, took those 2 mats out, put all the shavings back there. So now I'm ready to take the rest of the mats out. The other 2 mats are here, and now I'm quite hot. I'll see you in a bit. So I've now disinfected out, or jet washed all the floor and disinfected it, and jet washed all the mats. So now they're just all sitting on the yard drying out today. So next thing I'm going to do is ride Basil. And they're having a nice little munch together at the moment, but they'll be alright. So I'm going to take Basil out for a hack and give him a nice brush first, and then I shall put their fly rugs on them, which they have now, so you'll be able to see them in their outfits. So Basil's very good actually, he's standing on here with all those mats. His head's in the shade so you can't really see him, but we've painted his feet with hoof oil obviously, and you're looking very smart and shiny at the moment, aren't you? Can't really see you because of the sunshine. Anyway, we're going to go out for a hack now, aren't we? Basil and I had a lovely ride. Now he's got his fly rug on, but he won't have his thing on his head at all. It sends him into a complete panic. So sadly he's still got lots of flies on his face, even though I've covered it in insect repellent, haven't you? But it's his choice not to have his mask on, so, isn't it? Yes. And Tommy's got his on. You will notice Tommy's is a slightly dirtier colour. Possibly. Don't drink that, it's horrid. One of the other jobs I've been doing in the last few weeks is trying to paint two sides of the stable. So I've done the back along here, which you can't really see because it's all done, and I've been doing the side here, and I ran out of paint, and you can probably see where I got to, the second window. So I've got some more paint now, so tomorrow I will try and finish doing along this side here. There's the monkeys. They'll be, when I've gone, they'll go off down the field again, won't you? You troublesome pair, I think you're going to get treats. That's it, Basil, you need to tidy up round there please, that would be very nice. So I'm going to go home for some lunch, leave these two in peace, and come back later to put the mats back in and put Basil's stable back together. There we are then, Basil's stable, all back and tidy. Jet washed and disinfected out. He's ready to come in, standing here, aren't you? What are you doing? Just there. Tommy has gone away again, he was here a minute ago. He's gone off down there. Hello. Hello. Come on, Mum. Okay, I'll make you din-dins now and then. You want to get away from those nasty flies, don't you? I know. I know. Good boy. Better do that then. So I'm going to make up their dinner and get them in then. And tuck them up for the night. So I will say goodnight in a bit. There we are then, all tucked up for the night. I'm not going to put Basil's rug on again tonight because it'll be much too hot now. And here's Thomas. He's quite good with the fly rug. I wasn't sure what he'd think of it to start with, and he's a bit nervous of the Velcro, aren't you? Because you're not a big fan of the noise of Velcro. We did have to introduce it quite slowly, and I did discover that he does not like leg straps. The rug, his winter rug he has, or the two he's got, because obviously he's got two if one gets wet, are fillet strings, aren't they, Tommy? And I got the rug on and tried to put a leg strap around, and he just freaked out, not dangerously freaked out, but he just ran around the stable terrified. So we took the leg straps off, didn't we, Tommy? And we found a fillet string from an old rug, because we keep all that sort of stuff, don't we? Yeah. And we attached that, and now it's fine, isn't it? Yeah, it's fine now. We just have to be a bit careful with the Velcro, don't we? Yeah. So, the sun's right in the wrong way to see Tommy properly from here, isn't it? Never mind. And Basil is tidying up in his stable. When I jet washed the inside of the door today, but we'll do the outside when we do the yard right at the end. Really, we should do the yard in the spring, shouldn't we, Tommy? Actually, I think I did do it. Did I do it? I can't remember now. I think I did jet wash the yard actually in the spring. Hey, is it time for some apples? Yeah, it is. So, we're going to say goodnight, aren't we? And we'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.